The Sixers have been borderline contenders, but injuries, bad contracts, and bad team chemistry has led to early playoff exits time and time again. The Sixers roster has always been plagued by underperformers, chokers, or egotistical co-stars. Going into the 2024 season, the Sixers only had 2 players rostered. Their 2 stars, Embiid and Maxey. Having an empty roster would allow them to surround these players with the perfect supporting cast that fits to their strengths. The first move the Sixers made was drafting Jared McCain 16th overall. Jared McCain was projected to go in the range of his selection, but he was deemed a poor fit for the Sixers due to him having a similar size and play style to Maxey. Not only did McCain seem like a bad fit for the Sixers, but he was the most hated prospect in the draft due to his TikTok and social media presence. Dalton Knecht went 17th overall, and everyone thought he was a much better fit for the Sixers due to his larger size, experience, and elite shooting. Knecht, at 23, was viewed as the perfect win-now piece for the Sixers, while McCain was viewed as more of a project. While this might be the case, I think this selection from the Sixers was genius, and the analytics back it up. Jared McCain, by all measures, was a great prospect throughout the draft process. In high school, he was a 5-star recruit and the 10th ranked prospect in the nation. He had offers to attend pretty much any college he wanted, but ultimately decided to go to Duke. At Duke, McCain struggled early on. Across the first 8 games of his freshman year, he only averaged 7.6 points per game and shot 36% from field. At this point, he was falling down draft boards and was at risk for losing his starting spot. After this brutal stretch, McCain settled into the Duke offense and put up one of the best freshman seasons in program history. Over the next 28 games to the end of the year, he averaged 16.2 points per game. He did this with very efficient three-point shooting, as he shot 41.6% from 3 on a high volume of 6.3 attempts per game. He was the only freshman in the country to do this last year. His shooting was one of a kind, and when he was on, it led to many big games, like when he broke Duke's single-game scoring record for freshmen with 35 points against Florida State. In this game, he shot 8 for 11 from beyond the arc and single-handedly led Duke to the win. McCain's shooting is what really got scouts excited about him, and is his best trait that he brings to the NBA. But the looming concern around him on the Sixers is how he will fit with Tyrese Maxey in the long term. Both are undersized guards, neither are elite defenders, and both have a pretty similar active play style. This has had fans questioning this pick, but it turns out the analytics say that these two might complement each other perfectly. Tyrese Maxey has solidified himself as an elite NBA shooter, but he's most efficient on corner or top-of-the-key threes. Maxey shot only 35% from the wings. Where Maxey struggled is where McCain shines. McCain in college last year shot 44% from the wings. While on court with Maxey, he'll be able to cover this area, which the Sixers struggled. When the Sixers are in a set offense, the play they run the most is the dribble handoff. Maxey gets the ball to a player in the high post, normally Joel Embiid. Then, the player on the high post reads the defense and hands it back to Maxey while creating a screen. On this play, when Maxey drives, it typically results in the defense crashing on him and leaving a shooter open on the wing. Here are a few examples where Patrick Beverley is wide open, but Maxey drives and puts a shot up on the rim because Beverley is not a trusted three-point shooter. In situations like these, McCain would be in Beverley's spot and would get wide open looks from his most efficient spot. The Sixers later got rid of Beverley, and the guard alongside Maxey the most was Kyle Lowry for the end of the season. Lowry is known as being a facilitating guard and not a catch-and-shoot three-point specialist. This was not the best match next to Maxey, as the Sixers used the dribble handoff play less since acquiring him, and in many cases, Lowry would be stagnant in the corner instead of running to an open spot on the court. The Sixers' offense is at its best when this play is clicking, and having McCain on the court would add another element to it. The other big part of Tyrese Maxey's game is transition scoring. Last season, he was 13th in the NBA in points per game on transition. Although, as a team, the Sixers did not help him out on fast breaks. Kyle Lowry was 38 and did not run the floor like he used to. Then Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris very rarely got out in transition. This led to most fast break opportunities where Maxey had to take it all by himself. In college, McCain ranked in the 96th percentile in fast break points per game. McCain is known as being super active on the court and always hustling to get easy buckets. Having both on the court at the same time will be a nightmare for defenses, as the two guards will always be the first players up and down the court. This playstyle will allow Maxey to capitalize on fast breaks and can hopefully lead the Sixers to getting a few more easy buckets each game. A concern about McCain being on the court at the same time as Maxey is the lack of size that it gives the Sixers. Both are 6'2" guards under 200 pounds, and in today's game, that would make them one of the smallest backcourts. Yet, McCain doesn't play like most guards his size. He averaged 5 rebounds a game in college and held his own matching up on defense against bigger guards and forwards. The Sixers last year really struggled to get rebounds and defend physical guards. This could be an area where, as he develops, he really helps the Sixers out. What the Sixers need more than anything is a clutch big game performer, and McCain is a known big game performer. Because, the Sixers kind of have a history of problems in the big moment. McCain won a state championship in high school, and in his one season at Duke, he carried them to the Elite Eight in March Madness. He had multiple 30-point games in March Madness, and it seemed the brighter the lights, the stronger he performed. McCain probably won't start right away, but he should be in the rotation. The thought behind drafting McCain is that he'll one day develop and be one of their most valuable players. Many smaller guards take a while to develop in drafts. Examples of this are Steph Curry, drafted 7th, Jalen Brunson, drafted 33rd, and obviously Tyrese Maxey, drafted 21st. Historically, undersized guards take longer to develop, yet have just as high of a ceiling. The undersized guards that turn into stars are those that work harder than everyone else.
Tyrese Maxey fancies himself the hardest worker in the league. What are you looking forward to in terms of learning from him?
Everything. Curiosity is something I'm trying to be big on, especially coming to the NBA, not trying to big time anything. And so just asking him how his transition went. Obviously he was one and done, and just trying to ask him how he fit into the NBA, what were some things he learned quickly that made him so successful. But yeah, obviously working out with him, the work ethic, just learning everything I can.
Having Maxey, one of the most optimistic players in the league, working alongside McCain could skyrocket his development. Not only does McCain pair well with Maxey analytically and with his optimism, his work ethic is also something that'll work perfectly with the Sixers mindset. Jared McCain is working hard for himself and for his brother. His brother Jace was also a top prospect, but he had some serious injuries and blood clots, causing him to stop playing basketball. Jace worked at Duke with Jared, and they had a common goal together: do everything in their power to help Jared make the NBA.
Now that I'm retired, my whole goal since I've been home is to, try to get Jared as prepared as possible for that next level. And so we've been going to the gym at least 2 times a day, sometimes 3.
Jace and Jared train hard every day to make it to the top, and we're finally seeing that hard work pay off.
You said you wanted to get drafted for your brother. The moment is here. How are you feeling?
There's no words to describe it. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I have no words. It means everything to me, man. He worked so damn hard for this, and I'm just blessed to be a part of this journey, and it's such a big part of my purpose as a person, so it's everything to me.
Jared McCain won't stop now because he's drafted, and he'll continue to work hard and make his brother proud. Maxey and McCain have the Philly spirit. It might be a little cringe that he's a TikToker, but wouldn't you rather him have a little fun on TikTok than what other NBA stars are doing? Or not doing? He'll play his heart out and work hard. No matter what you think of his social media presence, the Sixers landing this pick looks like it could shape up to be a massive steal. Please consider subscribing.